We're on our way to Yellowstone National Park. It's the end of July in 2022. There was a lot of record-breaking flooding this year. We're actually going to go ahead and visit some good friends that are work camping in West Yellowstone all summer long. Okay, so we were on our way from Billings, Montana to West Yellowstone, and we are currently in Bozeman. We're currently in Bozeman, Montana, and we pulled over to stop for lunch, and Matt noticed that we were leaking something that looked like brake fluid from our RV. So, what are you doing?
Replacing a brake line that blew.
So we had to stop at O'Reilly, is where we ended up getting it, and get us some new brake line and a little bit of fluid, but luckily he's able to fix it, and then we'll be on our way. Okay, we're back on the road again. Wow, look at these amazingly beautiful views.
So we made it to our campsite for the week, and look at the skyline. Isn't it beautiful? We actually visited 2 different states this time, so we got to put 2 new state stickers on. Yay!
Our very first stop was the brink of the Lower Falls, which shows you the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone. It's marked as moderate, but I will tell you that this hike to the brink of the Lower Falls takes your breath away in more ways than one. But if you can handle it, the view is totally worth it.
What's up there?
On a different day, we went to the opposite side of the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, and we hiked the upper falls and saw Artist Point. We were standing right here on this platform in the last video.
Where are you taking a...
Get a better one. These were the very first steam vents we got to see on our way to the Norris Geyser Basin.
That is awesome.
He's by himself, isn't he? The whole tree is shaking. Okay, so this is the Norris Geyser Basin Museum, and this area was full of all kinds of different geysers and springs. You can smell the sulfur.
Makes me hungry.
There's like 100. Oh, there's a tiny bubble in there.
You'll need a thermal suit just to protect yourself.
This one's 27 feet deep.
Forget about your thing.
Cody, it's 27 feet deep.
It's so hot that it's just burning and sizzling. It sounds like running water.
If you don't get your regulator back, well, you better get it back.
It's so cool how they all just have like the little bubbles, the little... Now we are at the Steamboat Geyser, and this is the world's tallest active geyser. The major eruptions can shoot more than 300 feet high. Now, the minor eruptions happen more often, but the major eruptions, they recommend that you park at your own risk because it can have dissolved minerals that can spray and damage your glass and metal surfaces all over your cars, even parked all the way into the parking lot. Luckily, it did not have a major eruption while we were here. That's the other angle of the Steamboat Geyser. This is acidic.
Oh!
Cody.
Blood geyser. That's the blood geyser from the top. Sounds crazy.
That's the only
Blue mud steam vent.
Kind of like jump and I just drown. Or you just jump and go run.
So this area was talking about the fumaroles and the mud pots and the differences of them. The fumaroles are the steam vents, which were the hottest hydrothermal features in the park that I showed. And the mud pots are acidic hot springs with a small water supply. Acid from the volcanic gases and microorganisms decompose the surrounding rock into the clay and mud. The mud pot consistency and activity vary with the seasons and precipitation.
Is it like plaster?
Yeah. Just boiling mud pots. Looks like concrete. Kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Reminds me of Land Before Time.
Like, these are some of the ones that I remember most.
Another day we went to the Grizzly and Wolf Discovery Center, and here we learned all kinds of things, and the kids got to feed the bears. So in 2021, the grizzly bear death, the black bear icon there was the only one from natural death. The rest of them are basically human caused. So
There was two single black natural black.
there's one black, another black. All the other deaths are human caused, not natural. Kind of sad. That makes me sad. And this too. But that's the grizzly bear rug and the size comparison. Look at the little ground squirrels.
They feed the bears.
They did allow the kids to go into the bear habitat. Of course, the bears weren't in there at this time, but they went in and they were all allowed to hide it in a particular area. And then they let the grizzly bears out so that they could have enrichment.
Enrichment process. Because like the other bears that live here, they got into trouble with people as wild bears.
Yeah, it does. I didn't. No, I didn't. This is our Nashville. Reminds us of our dog. And bad idea, Winnie the Pooh. This is my favorite one. Yum.
There's a fish head. Is that a rat head?
Insides.
Or it's picking it all out. There's a little slant that part.
Yeah.
That's why.
Cutthroat trout. Terrestrial garter snake. Western tiger salamander. They're kind of cool. I guess I see why they get their name, the cutthroat trout, because they look like they're bleeding.
Yeah.
It's the sea otters. Gibbons Falls.
Yeah, you wouldn't have legs. I feel like that was
Although most of the roads were closed to and from the north and northeast part from the floods, we still drove up to the Mammoth area and got to see these female elk grazing all about with some babies. Now this area was pretty awesome. It was Mammoth Hot Springs. And the terraces are always changing because I guess travertine builds up quickly here and causes the features to change constantly. So the next time we come, it's probably going to look completely different. But at a quick glance, it kind of looks snow-covered, but I can assure you that there was no snow there, as the water temperatures get as high as 163 degrees Fahrenheit. Ouch.
You want to collect some water? I hear it tastes really yummy.
You wouldn't want to be swimming in any of those. On another day, we headed over to the Mud Volcano area, and here is where we saw the Dragon's Mouth Spring. And it literally sounds like there's a dragon inside breathing. The feeling is just so cool and almost eerie. Heck, maybe there is a dragon inside. It is a popular tourist destination, but if we are quiet, we might be able to hear it. Shh.
Splash around taking a bath.
I tried my best. I hope you were able to hear it. Now we're at the Mud Volcano, and the Mud Volcano used to stand and look like a volcano, but the eruption was so massive that it blew its own self up. Some of the most memorable things at Yellowstone will be the sights, the sounds, and even the smells. We took a break from the national park and stopped over at Hegben Lake, and here we had some fun kayaking with our friends. On our way in to see Grand Prismatic. And of course, we got junior ranger badges. And our last day into the park, we finally saw Old Faithful. So on the way to Old Faithful, we saw all kinds of wildlife, elk and bison. Just listen to those sounds. So as you can see, we were able to make it to the first national park. We were so blessed to be able to visit this magnificent place. There is true beauty in nature. I hope you enjoyed traveling along with us during our trip. Go check out our channel to see some of our other traveling adventures. You never know where we're going to end up next. Thanks for traveling with Grains in Small Places. Goodbye.